Okay, bore runner on duty at Manners Creek Station. Oh, road crew, they're going to get going soon. They're doing the Plenty Highway in Urandangi Road. They've got their gear all set to go. Okay, as you can tell, I'm heading east. The Queensland border is just over there, just in front of the sun. Here we go. Here's our, every station's got a big fat tyre out the front. Big grader tyre. There we go. Manners Creek Station. That's where we are. So I've just driven out the driveway onto the Urandangi Road. So Mount Isa that way, about 300 k's. Urandangi just up the road, about 80 k's. Down here, heading towards the Plenty Highway, which then goes down to Alice Springs, about another 600 kilometres down the road. So 7:30 in the morning, beautiful time of the day. It's been pretty cool here in Manners Creek in the early April. Had really good rain the last month or two. The road is still closed. We cannot get to Mount Isa at the moment. Our boss Rob had to fly the aeroplane in the other day, do a stores run. We're out of fresh fruit and veggies and all that. So and some beer, I think. Lots of beer. Anyway, so got to do a stores run every couple of weeks. Usually it's by car. Even though we're in the Northern Territory, the border's just there. We run on Queensland time. All our suppliers are from Mount Isa and Queensland. We drink Queensland beer. Not. Anyway, so we're, for all intents and purposes, Queenslanders. Even in the state of origin. Anyway, heading down, I'm doing the Southern Bore Run today, down to Beanley. That's the western end of the property, about 150 k's down the road. Cockroach, down a Pretty Creek. We've got some pretty weird names for the bores, Beanley, Cockroach, Pretty Creek. We've got Bathurst, Brocky. We've got, what else we got? Burke and Wills. Don't think Burke and Wills are over here. There's a nice, decent-sized kangaroo just on the middle of the road. We've got lots of big reds here. So the big greys are the females. The big reds, of course, are the males, and they are huge. Think of the biggest kangaroo you've ever seen? That's what we got here. They are massive. We've got lots of emus here, lots of roos. See lots of roos, dawn and dusk. Heaps of emus, bush turkeys, bustards, the largest bird of flight in the country. We've got millions of them here, and they are massive birds, really huge. A lot of big parenti lizards, goannas, all sorts of wildlife. It's a fantastic wildlife experience, cruising around every day doing 300 or 400 kilometres a day on an outback cattle station in Central Australia. It is amazing. Sometimes you've got to find time to do a little bit of work, cleaning troughs and getting generators going and checking on cows and fence lines. So anyway, heading down the Urandangi Road, the Plenty Highway is about another 25 kilometres down this track. Not sure why it's called a highway, it's just like this, a dirt track. But come May, June, July, it'll be chock-a-block full of grey nomads heading up. It's the main road linking Alice Springs to Mount Isa. So Plenty Highway to the Queensland border. It's currently closed at the moment. And then it goes on to the Donahue Highway through Bullia and then up to Mount Isa. So pretty quiet at the moment. So the road's closed at the Queensland Highway. It has been for ages. The Georgina River is running about 2 or 3 metres at Urandangi, and it would be at Bullia as well. Bullia, Baduri, we can't get through Queensland that way either. We've had 4 cyclones in the Gulf of Carpentaria this year, and they've all had some impact one way or another. All the tropical lows have come down our way from Camberwell and Normington. They've been hammered where the action is, but even that's 800 kilometres north of us. I think only a few weeks ago the Todd River was flowing at 1 metre in Alice Springs as a result of a tropical low in the Gulf. So you can see a lot of boggy marks here. That I can tell you that wasn't me. I think it's a contractor coming through. You can see this red dirt is very in the black soil plains is very tricky to navigate. When it gets wet, the black soil plains, all you need is a couple of millimetres of rain, and just the top layer of dirt is wet. Can be dry underneath, and mate, you are doing donuts. Look at this, you're doing 360s. It's really boggy, so it's actually, that might have been me. I think I was towing a trailer down here with a generator on it. So sorry, Mr. Grader driver. I think Eric's coming back. I saw Eric, the Grader driver down there, Joe Voice, 3 or 4 Ks down the track when I went to Alice Springs a week or 2 ago, and he said, I'll be back with the graders in June, so he'll fix up all my muddy bog hole tracks when he comes back. So if you want to be a bore runner, you better like driving cars, because you are in it from 7 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock at night, just driving around. On Manus Creek Station, we've got 48 bores, and we just keep driving round and round and round and round. We sort of designate 3 or 4 different runs. The desert run, where all the camels are, down the western end, the western boundary of the property. Got the central, the north, and then the southern run. I'm going to do the southern run today. So we're surrounded by stations. This is dead set cattle country. We've got Tobermory. I'm actually on the Tobermory lease right now, driving through Tobermory both sides. Tobermory station. They're our southwest, southeast. Sorry, they've also got, and I'll show you something a bit later, they've also got a bit of a mixed business hanging off of the cattle station. They've got a tourist campground. They've got a little workshop selling tyres. Here's a couple of bustards up here. These are huge bush turkeys, and they're the largest bird of flight in the country. And here they go. There's one, there's another one getting going. They're very good to eat too. Not allowed to shoot them, they're protected of course. So I haven't shot one yet. And they're big birds. Bustards. They're bush turkeys. All that. Anyway, we hope to see some budgies as well. They're my favourite bird, lots of budgies here. We've even got a Budgerigar Dam just down the road a bit. Anyway, Tobermory run a campground. They've got cabins and got a service station, got a licensed bar, do some hot food and barbecues and that. So that's opening up, I think, right now, just waiting for the road to be open from Queensland, and they'll be going hammer and tongs with their business. A lot of grey nomads will come up through this way in the next few months. Then on our southern boundary, we've got Barqua Station, the southwestern towards and western towards Alice Springs. We've got Tailton Downs, Lucy Creek, and to our north we've got one of the biggest stations in the country is Lake Nash Station. There's an Aboriginal community there, Upper Ulam, there as well. That's on our northern boundary, and Headingley Station up towards Urandangi. So dead set cattle country. Our station is I suppose you call it medium size. It's about, I think about 9,000 square kilometres. I'm from Kakadu National Park. That's about half the size of Kakadu, so it's bloody big. But Lake Nash is, I think, almost double that size. And Lake Nash has been going since 1860. So this has been cattle country for a bloody long time. Anyway, so I'm heading down Urandangi Road. I'll be checking out the bores. Of our 48 bores, they've all got 1 or 2 troughs hanging off them, servicing lots of cows. Got probably about 15,000 Brahman cross cows. Probably got 4,000 or 5,000 calves between 0 and 6 months on the property. We see lots of calves on our runs at the moment. So the idea for the bore runner is to make sure the bores are pumping water. Out of the 48, I think only 8 are not solar, so we've got heaps of solar bores, maintenance free. As long as the sun's out, the bore's pumping. So we just go and check the bore pumps. Like, there's always something going wrong. A cocky will eat the wires or whatever. We had to pull a bore up which seized the Grundfos motor the other day, but usually they're maintenance free. But there is 8 stationary engines running mono pumps or Kubota 3-cylinder diesel generators powering submersible pumps. They're about, generally speaking, between 80 and 100 metres below the surface. And they'll fill up a turkey's nest, which is like an above ground dam, or a large galvanised tank. And then that will then gravity feed into troughs, which are controlled by a float valve. I'll show you those on other videos, which I'll put up a bit later. Anyway, that's the plan. I'll go clean a few troughs, make sure there's water in the tank, bore's pumping, make sure the cows are going okay, get the feed, all the fences are still up and everything's looking hunky-dory. That's the plan. So, whoa, back on the job. So I love my job, it's great. Great people working for the Rogers family. It's owned by Gibson Livestock. I think the owners live in Toowoomba. I've got several other properties, a feedlot and other fattening properties around Longreach, and I think in Roma and around Queensland. This is the only Northern Territory property that they own. There's a few like that, a few like Gibson Livestock. I think Tobermory, our southern neighbours, are also owned by a family, I think near Emerald, and they too have several properties in Queensland, but this is the only NT property they have. Anyway guys, better hit the road, get down the Plenty Highway. Oh, a bit of a bog hole, yeah, that was me again, sorry. It is bloody boggy here, and I've got to tell you, the first 2 weeks I got bogged about 10 times before I could read the conditions. You know, this is red soil, the red dirt of the red centre, the mighty red centre, the black soil plains, the rocky limestone outcrops. It's a lot of creek crossings, you know, we've had a lot of creek, Manners Creek, it's been over a metre. It's been, so you've got to read the conditions. It took me a while to do that, a few weeks. You know, do you take it on? You know, do you see a creek, take it on? See a boggy stretch, if it's over 20, 30 metres, do you take it on? There's another big roo just here. Or do you, you know, do you try and go around it? Or do you, you know, turn back? So I did all those things when I first got in. I'm still doing it, of course, but it is making the right call. A few times I'd go around a bog hole only to get bogged off the track, and even that's difficult because then trying to get someone to pull you out can be problematic because they can't even get to you if you've made a big wreck of the road. So anyway, time to have a cup of tea. There we go, got the old Yeti happening. Cup of tea, it's about 12 degrees here this morning, beautiful day. There's a nice, there's a big female little one there. See, there she goes. The grey ones are the females, and the big reds are the big red males. And they're huge, 2 metres tall. Okay guys, have fun. I know I am.